Alright, so if you clicked on this video, you're trying to figure out how to install Midis in web phishing. So of course you need web phishing installed. Then you need to go to Thunderstore. So this link will be in the description. So this is Puppy Girls MIDI Strummer. So you can install this with the mod manager. Before you install with the mod manager, you'll want to click this Get App. And then you'll want to click on the download app right here. Once it downloads, you'll click it, you'll run it. And then you'll have basically this screen. Web phishing won't be here, so you'll have to type in web phishing. What I like to do is click this little star, which favorites it, so that every time I come back, it's right there. I click set as default for this game particularly. You can select default, you can create a new one. So we're going to call this Midi. So now you can select these two. By default, you start with this one, but we're going to click the Midi one and we're going to go in here. So you can either get that Midi from the link that I sent you, or you can get it within the store. So we're going to get it within the store. So we're going to search up Midi. So Midi Strummer will appear here in their app. And then we're going to click download, and then we're going to click download with dependencies. Right now, this is the latest version, and usually it defaults to the latest version. So we'll install that. Now that it's installed, we need two other things. So we need our MIDI input, and then we need our MIDI player. So if we go to these two links within the description, what we want to do is we want to install Loop MIDI first, as recommended by the GitHub developer. So what we do is we go in here, we will extract all, and then we're going to set this up. So that's fine, that's fine, that's fine. If you don't want it to start up when you log in, you'll disable this. If you don't want a shortcut on your desktop, you'll get rid of that. I would recommend keeping this on just in case that there is like a warning or something for the WHQL. It's nothing to worry about. It's just a driver failed or something like that. So once that's installed, we'll go ahead and launch it. So you'll want this launched in the background. What we're going to do is do web phishing MIDI. And then we're going to click this little plus button right here. And now we have a virtual channel for our MIDI to go through. So we can close that. We can close this, delete that. We don't have to worry about any more of that stuff. So now we're going to go ahead and download MIDI Play. This is a .exe file, so this is an executable. This is not something you install, so I would recommend dragging this to your desktop or somewhere where you can have access to it fairly quickly. I'm going to drag everything that we use into this little watermelon in the circle here. So now that this is launched, you have to have this launched prior to starting the game, okay? So what we'll do next, we'll open up MIDI Play. And you have to have the loop MIDI open before MIDI Play. If you don't do that, MIDI Play won't detect your virtual loop back. So now we go into MIDI, we look for output devices, and then we select web phishing MIDI. So that's in MIDI, output devices, web phishing MIDI. And we'll select that, and we'll know that it's active by the little check mark if we go back into the MIDI. So what we do now is you're basically 95% of the way there. Now we go find something like, let's do Undertale, Megalovania, MIDI, And I really like Online Sequencer. You guys can get the MIDI from anywhere you want, but I think Online Sequencer is really good. So this one is short MIDI, but this one's no bass, so we'll go with the no bass and it'll be the full song. All right. And then let's see if this song actually picks up. Let's go right here. All right, perfect. So that's what we want. So if you're on this website, you actually want to click this download MIDI. It's right here underneath of the actual description of the MIDI file. So if you click that there, now we've downloaded it. The MIDI file is right here. So now we'll go into here. We will open the MIDI file. That actually didn't look like it was a MIDI file, so I might not have. Let's new directory. Let's do this. Users. Okay, hold on. It was a MIDI file, but I'm just struggling here. Do, 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 do. I wonder why it showed up in my documents. That's weird. Okay, so this PC. I'll do this the hard way. Actually, you know what? I don't have to do it the hard way. Let's just go to downloads where we have our MIDI file, and then we'll just drag and drop in here. So that's a lot easier of a way to actually get your MIDI file into this little beat manager. So every time that you want to play a new song, you'll have to go into the MIDI file and change your like MIDI. Right here is the little box that shows up when you're playing. We'll use this and it'll be pretty useful when we actually play the game. So now actually playing the game. So you should have both of these installed. GD Weave is the dependency that MIDI Strummer relies on. All right, so that's open. Let's just go ahead and try to get it to play. We'll see if it plays without the mod manager. Well, there you go. It's odd that it doesn't show the mods though. So what you'll see you can even get rid of the and still go fishing. And now I'll show you what happens if you pause it or stop it. So if you pause it, your person's eyes basically open back up. They're not vibing anymore. But if we play it, so we pause here and we play again. So that's how that works. All right, so my bad. I'll cut out the part where I was troubleshooting it. Usually you're able to see the mod menu, but I guess when you don't need to modify anything in the game, it doesn't show you a mod file. So what you basically do is here, I'll close out of the game. So essentially, let's recap. So you have to start up your loop MIDI first. That is number one. Then you open your MIDI player and you basically get your MIDI installed, and then you drag and drop your MIDI. I think okay. So we had Undertale, and if you want a new MIDI, all you have to do is go get another MIDI, and if you go ahead and grab one of these, download the MIDI. Now all you have to do is drag and drop your MIDI in here like so. So now you have two MIDIs. Notice how the Undertale one has less tracks because there's actually only two. So there's a grand piano and an electric piano, and the two are playing at the same time. Now in Despacito, this is a lot more of an intricate player for the MIDI. So essentially, we have the acoustic guitar, the bass guitar, the drum kit, the grand piano, and the electric piano. So what you'll want to do for this one is you'll want to actually mute the several tracks. You can actually see them here: acoustic guitar, bass drum, grand piano, electric piano. You'll want to mute the things that overcomplicate the two main things. So the grand piano I found and the acoustic guitar that I found are actually very good to get the main bass line for this. So we open up Loop MIDI, we open up our device, the MIDI player or MIDI play, and then we launch the store. We go in here, and then we click the modded button. Then once the game launches, all is well. And if you guys have any questions or comments, concerns, you can let me know. But you can go into pretty much any server. Please be respectful when you do this too. Don't be a butt, is my main words of advice. People are able to ban with these mods too. So like if you're the server manager, I'll be showing you in a later date or probably another video how to basically go into the player list and ban somebody from your server. It doesn't work currently with all of those people like Grincher and like B11. Those guys are just kind of spoofing the server, so they don't really join. They're like blipping in and out and spoofing. Is this server going to load? Questioning whether or not the connection here is going to be good. We're just going to close that one. Let's launch another server. We'll go in. You do have to buy the guitar in game, so I'll show you where to get that. And then that's pretty much the end of the video, guys. So let's see here. Hide full. Let's go into Coco Spirits lobby. Seems like I'm struggling to load into these servers. Maybe there was a new update or something. Here, let's close that. We'll go into a mod. You just have to remember that you can't launch the base game. You have to go through the Thunder Store. Usually that's where people get messed up. So if you don't go in through Thunder Store, your game won't actually do anything involving the midis. Okay, so now we're in. You actually don't have to have the guitar out to play. I was really only doing that to make it seem like I was playing the guitar. But now let's go ahead and play. And then you can actually skip forward into the song. You could swap instantly to Undertale again. So just like that, you're already on your way to the modding of this game, which is probably the most fun. Oh shoot, I'm just fishing out of the ground here. But yeah, thank you all for watching and stay tuned for the next tutorial video. I hope you guys have fun with your mods and you don't drive too many people crazy, and hopefully you find a way to pretend that you're actually playing the song, because this game is actually quite robust with their playing. So if you know the keys, you can actually, with the guitar, playing on Q through Y on the QWERTY keyboard, you can actually play using that, and then you can save the different keys like this. So, I mean, people would think that you're actually playing the song that you're thinking of. But yeah, thank you all so much for watching. Please leave a comment, and if you liked it, go ahead and click like and stay tuned for new videos. Thank you.